President Biden repeatedly claimed he's going to do anything to tackle inflation. Why is he considering a policy that will likely make things much worse? Here's what's going on. The pandemic student loan payment pause, that ends August 31st. That means millions of college graduates will have to start paying the piper while battling historic inflation and a technical recession. But now the Biden administration reportedly considering extending the payment pause and potentially canceling up to $50,000 in student loan debt per borrower. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who served under 2 Democrat presidents, says that would be a huge mistake. He tweeted, quote, "Student loan debt relief is spending that raises demand and increases inflation. It consumes resources that could be better used helping those who did not, for whatever reason, have the chance to attend college. It will also tend to be inflationary by raising tuitions." So how bad would canceling student loan debt actually be? Here with me now in studio, he's okay. CapitalistPig hedge fund manager, Fox News contributor, professional stuntman, Jonathan Hoenig is back.
Great to be with you.
Great to see you. The last time you were here, you brought us Junior's cheesecake.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd just bring you some bad news instead today. I mean,
Thank
this is really disturbing. I mean, why is an iPhone cheap and a college education is so expensive? It's one word. It's government. And government's dominated education literally for years. And all those incentives, all those subsidies have created the bubble, just like the housing bubble. And Biden, unfortunately, is in a sense kind of throwing fuel on the fire instead of attacking the actual problem, the infrastructure, if you will, of government's involvement in education. Yes. He's going to subsidize it even more. And, since 1980, when Carter created the Department of Education, the costs of education have far outpaced inflation. So we need to be cutting government out of education, and Biden's doing just the opposite.
But this doesn't incentivize any reform. It's like we've seen administrators just balloon in higher education since that creation. And, the chart comparing other areas of the economy where there is heavy-handed government involvement, including healthcare and housing, education's still even more expensive. So if you're telling an entire group of people, hey, just stop paying your bills, why wouldn't they stop with housing and everything else?
Well, in Europe, there's a movement now to end rent. And first and foremost, it's unfair. It's unfair to the people who paid their bills, who acted responsibly. And as you said, Kennedy, this sends a terrible, what they call moral hazard. What's it going to be next? I don't want to pay my rent. I'm not going to pay my medical bills. So this just ingratiates more and more government into every element of our lives. And as you said, doesn't do anything to actually direct the problem. All that government incentive is malinvestment. So just like people bought overpriced homes in 2000 to 2004, thanks to those government loans, people have bought way overpriced public educations, oftentimes with stuff like, gender studies, et cetera. So people have overpaid for education. Now the piper's being paid, and government's saying, in effect, well, don't cover that cost. Government will pay for it. Whose government? The taxpayers, our viewers, people who actually, work for a living and pay their bills on time.
Yeah, and there are people who are like, well, the federal government owns that debt, so it's not like taxpayers have to pay it. How do you think the federal government gets their money?
Exactly.
They get it from taxpayers.
And this is pouring fuel on inflation. Look, it's lower income folks, people with less money, who are being most hurt by inflation. All this, whether it's $300 billion.
They also don't have college degrees, but they're paying for the top 1/3 earners in society. They're paying for their college.
Yes.
It is so incredibly unfair. And 6 out of 10 people who were polled recently think that if you forgive student loan debt, it's going to make inflation worse. They know that. People aren't dumb. Even if they didn't go to college, guess what? They're not dumb.
Well, I think actually, if they didn't go to an elite school these days, they're a lot smarter than those who did go to an elite school. But it's fueling the fans of inflation, making it even worse, not addressing the problem. And that's my fear, is that, we're going to basically, once again, repeat Carter's mistakes. More and more government spending. So turning what could be a 1 or 2 year inflationary cycle into a decade inflationary cycle. And all the time, the quality of education goes down. The irony is that if you told, is there anyone on either side of the aisle who's advocating for getting government out of education? It sounds like a Looney Tunes idea.
Yeah, Corey DeAngelis, who was just on.
Well, that's it. That's the only thing that can solve this education crisis, getting government out of education, and you'll make education just as cheap as an iPhone.
Yeah, and abolish the Department of Education while you're at it.
Yep.
Jonathan Hoenig, great to see you. I don't know if we'll see you again, so I'll embrace this moment.
Well, I'm going over to the hospital, so we'll see.
I don't blame him. He's concussed, but glorious. All right, very good.